Okay, so the reality is, let's see if I can get a good view of that. Ripped up knees, and that's because I ate it coming down a hill. And the reason I ate it, honestly, I probably could have normally handled it, but this board's really loose. It's just too loose. You know, like this. The king pivot here is too loose. The king pivot here is too loose. My wheels are probably actually about loose enough. I maybe should tighten them a little bit just to get rid of the play, but like I like really loose wheels because that's more speed. I'm not going to tighten them down. If I'm going to bleed speed off my board, I'm not going to do it through having tight bearings. I'm going to do it through carving that hill. So this is the reality. So for streetboarders, and I'm talking about the conventional streetboarders, the kind that use a longboard, not this thing, okay? For streetboarders who have thought about getting into these non-holonomic streetboards, God, we really got to come up with a better name for these things. You know, you're asking for a bunch, man. You're asking for a bunch because this is a complicated system. It is a linear, non-holonomic system. So it's not as complicated as, say, a many body problem, because in effect this is just two bodies, this foot and this foot, that are constrained by a bar. So it has solutions. There are solutions to this problem when you ride this board, but they are far more complicated than the solutions to a longboard or to a street board, a conventional street board, I should say, not the non-holonomic street board, because that's a much simpler device. That's just one board locked in place. So, you know, it's a much, much simpler system. This, you have to carve that hill, and you're going to get vibrations you don't like. You're going to get a shudder on the wheels at certain speeds. You're going to get anything that comes with riding a device this complicated. And, you know, now some people go, oh, why don't you strap in? Honestly, I don't strap in because if I go down when I'm not strapped in, I get this. I get ripped up knees. I get, you know, torn up elbows, stuff like that. But I can protect my head. I got my arms to use. I can slide out. There's things I can do when my feet aren't connected to a board. Okay, there's things I can do. There's ways to save myself. So that's why I don't strap in. And now if I'm just running around at the fun park, maybe I would have gotten into straps, but I just wasn't one of those people. I wasn't one of the people running around at the fun park. I just, I like to ride street. I've always liked to ride street. It's just the way I am, you know? So there's other street riders out there. This is what it's about. If you want to ride one of these boards in street, you know, you gotta be ready to get ripped up. Your knees are gonna get ripped up. Your elbows are gonna get ripped up. And you could wear pads. I guess that's cool. Wear pads. I mean, I'm from a generation we never wore pads. You know, we probably should have. We probably should have worn helmets. But this is just the way I ride. I mean, I can't change that. If I had all that stuff on me, I probably would ride things that were far too dangerous for me to handle. Okay. So given that, this is my choice, whether it's the right choice or the wrong choice. Would I recommend this for my son, that he rides street like I do without pads or without a helmet? I probably wouldn't. I'd probably say get yourself pads and helmets and be careful, and don't ride non-holonomic street boards. Do anything but that. Become like one of those stockbrokers or like one of those doctors, a physician. Become a who makes money these days? Web developer, full stack programmer, one of those things. Don't become a street pilot, dude. Don't become a street pilot. Just don't become a street pilot. Because what happens when you become a street pilot is you're doomed to a life eternal where you can never die. Because what happens once you adopt the street pilot code of honor, then when a bread vehicle finally slices you in half or a truck finally hits you, instead of dying, two more street pilots will hatch out of you, each with your desires and your hopes, and they'll fight over that one street board. And only the greater one shall win. Because There's never a shortage of street pilots. But damn it, there's a shortage of street boards.